Hey everybody, it's Scott with Parks and Open Roads Travel again. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things I think first-time Disney visitors must do. Some of these you've probably heard of, some of these you may not have. But let's get right into it. Number 1, stay on property. There's a lot of perks to staying on property. You get early entry into the parks, you get access to the transportation that Disney gives you with buses, with boats, with the monorail. That's a huge plus instead of having to drive and park every single day. And let's be honest, it's immersive. It puts you, as people say, in the bubble. It's a much more enjoyable experience, especially for first-time visitors. Number 2, don't stay cheap. I know it can be very enticing to want to stay at one of the value resorts for your first trip because they are much cheaper, but let's be honest, they are not the most fun. They can be very crowded, they can be very chaotic, the pools can be a nightmare, and the food offerings, just not very good. So make sure you stay in a moderate resort or a deluxe resort on your first time visit. Number 3, buy lightning lanes for every park day. Now, what does that mean? That means to make sure that you purchase Disney Lightning Lanes, which are essentially the fast passes for every day of your visit. Yes, some people will say, well, you can use a touring plan or something of that nature to get around, but let's be honest, you didn't pay thousands of dollars to stand in line 30 minutes to an hour for a ride. Be sure to buy the Lightning Lanes. Number 4, rope dropping is a must. What is rope dropping? Rope dropping means getting to the park an hour to an hour and a half before the park actually opens to visitors. Why would you do this? Well, it puts you ahead of almost everybody in a main pack. It saves you time. You're ahead of everybody. It allows you to knock out one big ride before the lines get long. Number 5, starting a walking regiment before you leave for your Disney trip. Now, what I normally say to my clients is you should be able to walk at a slow to moderate pace for 1 hour without stopping. This allows you to get around the parks easily, especially if you're going to be going in the summertime and it's going to be hot and muggy. You need to be acclimated to that. So what I recommend is setting up a walking regiment before you go. Start small, start 10 minutes, 15 minutes around the block if you're not in shape. Make sure that when you are doing these walks, that you are doing it in the same fashion that you will be there at Disney. So if you're going to be pushing a stroller, be pushing a stroller on your walks. If you're going to be carrying a park bag, make sure you're carrying the park bag with the same weight that you will be carrying it there at Disney. Speaking of a park bag, that brings us to number 6. Bring a park bag. I recommend that you take at least 2 bottled waters for every person in your party up to 4 people. That saves you a ton of money. If you have 4 in your party and you take 2 waters per person, that's 8 waters times $6 in Disney. That's almost 50 bucks you're saving by taking waters in for everybody. Now here's some of the other items that I recommend that you take. Number 7, take afternoon breaks. It is vitally important if you're going to rope drop that you take an afternoon break and then go back out in the evening. In summertime, you want to avoid those crowds and that sweltering heat from 12 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Make sure you take a nap, go to the pool, do something at the resort, get out of the parks, but then go back in the evening. You'll definitely feel refreshed when you go back in the afternoon. Number 8, make dining reservations. I know some of the restaurants at Disney can be quite pricey, but I assure you, eating fast food for every meal every day gets very old. Plus, it's nice to take a break and sit down and have a meal and relax. Make sure you do those 60 days before your visit to ensure that you get the reservations for the restaurants that are hard to get. Number 9, if you're staying more than 5 days, have a day outside of the parks. Now, what does this look like? It could be going to the water parks. It could be going to Disney Springs. It could be resort hopping and checking out some of the resorts around, or maybe just simply staying at your resort, enjoying the pool, enjoying the room, just chilling out and relaxing. You really need a day to recoup if you're going to be staying 5 days or more. Number 10, be sure to follow Disney people on social media. I have a few that I follow all the time. And I highly recommend that you do as well. People like allears.net, touringplans.com. I highly recommend paying for the Liner subscription through Touring Plans. They're not a paid advertiser of mine or anything like that, or this is not a paid endorsement for them, but I highly recommend Touring Plans. And also, make sure you get a Disney travel agent, someone like me who knows the ins and outs. And people like me at my travel agency, Parks and Open Roads, we take care of everything from your reservations to your lightning lanes to your grocery delivery. We handle it all. Check us out. Go to www.parksandopenroadstravel.com. See you guys.